Hi, welcome back to AFTV. Perfect so far in the Champions League run. Played 6 games, only conceded 1. Tomorrow, on this famous old stage, can Arsenal turn the page? I think I've missed a few words there, but it works.
A few words?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
What's up with the glasses, man?
My red tinted lenses. You like them?
Not really, no.
To be fair,
Rose tinted glasses.
it's freezing and I'm wearing sunglasses. There's no sun to be seen, but I'm in good spirits. Even though the Nottingham Forest result wasn't great, but we're here to, obviously, for the Champions League game, Tuesday night, 8 PM kickoff. It's our 6th out of 8 Champions League games. It'll be 7th, sorry, our 7th. Next one is Karat, and that's it, done. See Arsenal hopefully going through, being very comfortable so far in the Champions League. Let's just start. What's your feelings ahead of this game, Robbie?
Well, let's start off by bigging up Rocket Mobile, right? Because
they've helped us a lot.
Our sponsors helped us a lot, right? You know what I mean? If you're coming to a game like this, or if you're travelling abroad, it's a really good thing to get. You don't have to change your SIM. And, was it £16 a month?
£16 a month,
Right.
unlimited calls, unlimited data when you're in the UK. When you're here, 20 gig of data. Unreal. I'm using it.
And the best thing about it, you can keep your number. You can keep your same number, right? So if you want more details of it, link is in the description. But big up Rocket Mobile, thank you very much. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. And we were walking up and we were looking at the San Siro Stadium, which is, in football, is one of the most iconic stadiums around. And I was saying that, you know, it's starting to look a bit old now, as we know. I heard that they might knock it down. Yeah. But it is an iconic stadium, isn't it? It is an iconic place. When you come here and you see it,
what's it iconic for? The atmosphere? Is it for the state? Is it because of the stadium?
Iconic for many reasons. Like, first of all, they share the stadium.
Yes.
AC Milan and Inter Milan. And for 2 huge teams like that to share a ground, that's kind of unheard of. I mean, imagine us sharing with Tottenham. Celtic sharing with Rangers. It just wouldn't happen, would it?
That's mad.
But over here in Italy, even though football's like, the rivalry's still steep.
They do it a lot.
They do it a lot, yeah. I mean,
Roma and Lazio.
Roma and Lazio, they share a stadium, you know what I mean? I think Juventus used to share, didn't they, with Torino? Am I right?
Not sure, I'm not 100% sure on that one.
I know they don't share now anyway.
Inter Milan definitely did with...
That's actually first and second.
Right, it's an iconic stadium because it's 2 huge teams. Teams that win, both of them win titles.
Sampdoria and Girona, I think they should.
Sampdoria and Girona, that's it, well done, right? But 2 massive teams sharing a stadium is something that's not done in a lot of places. 2 teams that have won literally everything. Yeah. You know, there's some great players have played inside this stadium. I mean, some of the greatest players to ever put on, you know, a football shirt have played in this stadium for the 2 teams. So it makes it iconic. It's aging a bit, could do with a facelift probably, but I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we obviously came in before, not too long ago actually. Wasn't a good result because in Milan they're a tough side. For you, Lee, it's every game people say, oh, Arsenal, you always say it's a big game. This one doesn't feel like it's a big game, but going into this, what you expect from Arsenal? Is it something you want to see him take serious?
Listen, it is a big game, but it's not a big game, and I'll take that with a pinch of salt because we've made it like that because of our form going into this, winning every single game. We've give ourselves a little bit of a safety net where if we do, what we've got to do is win one of the 2 games to guarantee second.
Yeah, we're 1 point. It's 1 point left.
Which doesn't mean a difference whether you come first or second in home advantage in the second leg all the way through the competition after this, and 4 points gets you top place. So for me, you know, we can have come here, I think, make a few changes because I do think that, you know, that's something that we've got to do. I felt we looked very, very jaded the other night, so I think that certain players need to be rested.
Would you say, you know, there's some players at the NBA last night, would you say they should be involved still? Should they not even be travelling? Also, we had Robbie there as well, but do you think those players should be travelling?
Well, I made it, didn't I? I mean, I was at the NBA, I made it.
You spoke about after parties in the NBA as well. I mean, are they allowed to do that?
Of course they are. They're entitled to go out and have a bit of time off, like, you know. For the footballers nowadays, you know, listen, you know, they played of course Saturday. Time they get home would have been late at night. They've got to go and do a recovery day on the Sunday. do a little bit of training, travel. It's difficult, like, you know. So like, if they can get to the NBA, like, you know, that's up to them.
It's an early finish. It was done by 8 o'clock.
Yeah, I prefer to stay and watch the NFL, but that's me, like, you know. But at the end of the day, that's saying that what I want to see is a few players rested and not even playing.
Yeah, I like how Robbie said I made it. Like he played the 90 minutes at Fat Forest. Like he's been outrageous.
Well, listen, I made it up to Forest too. Some people didn't. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah, that's true. But I imagine that all the players were on time when they turned up to train that day, right?
Good one,
Yeah,
good one. But listen, for me, right, you know what I've started to do with a lot of these European games? I've started to look on it how the fans here will look on it, and the team here, Inter, will look on it. And they're going to look on it. They're going to look on it like, even though I think they're
sick.
more...
They need a win.
No,
They need a win?
They need to win. They're
so
sick.
even more.
They're
So
sick.
they need a win to guarantee them into the 8th
Top
place.
8,
Yeah.
They're looking on it and they're saying the top dogs in this competition so far are coming to town. The team that are at top of the league in the Premier League, top of the league in the Champions League, they're coming. This for us is a massive, massive game. We're going with our strongest possible team and we need to win this. And this is big. So all their fans are going to come here tomorrow with a big, big game attitude. All of their players are going to come there with a big, big game attitude. So if we don't come here, no matter what team we pick, and we're not serious, we get turned over. So that's the attitude we got to have. That's how we got to look on it, right? Now, I'm with you, Lee. I would definitely make changes. I think there's some key players that you're right. They look, and I think right across the Premier League, when I sort of assessed it after all the weekend's games, and I looked at Villa lost. They hadn't lost for about 10 games at home. They lost. City got absolutely trampled all over, right? You know, even Haaland getting taken off. They looked jaded. We looked a bit off it as well. And, you know, we'd had a game during the week, we're forgetting, against Chelsea. A big game, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So had City had a big game away at Newcastle. So some of those players, like, you know, your Sakas, your Declan Rices and that, those guys need a rest. Timber, you know, the problem is how much, who's going to be travelling? Who can we put in? You know, what, because we got a big game at the weekend, but then I think he's going to kind of go semi-strong, because the thing is, that game's not until Sunday and the game's on Tuesday. So there is a little bit of a gap. There is a little bit, you know, so it's how well they've recovered from, you know, the game on Saturday.
Yep.
Players that are recovered well, I think they might get a game. They might start.
I agree with that, but also I'm looking at for some of the players now. It's not just to give players a rest. I think there's three or four players that say I would be saying to come in here, prove, make it difficult for me to leave you out against Man United, because I tell you what, there's 4 or 5 players that I wouldn't care if they didn't play for the Arsenal on Sunday after their performance. So it's up to the likes of certain players that are going to come in today. Look, this is your opportunity.
What's best case scenario and what's worst case scenario? I know that's quite a hard question. If you look at it, like you said, some of the players, we don't want to mention all of them because we're also going to do a Pritz 11 video, which you're about to see on the channel a bit later on. What is there a player, like you said, what's the best case scenario? Obviously, smash them, but what players need to score? Like, what do you want to see best case?
Scenario is today is we get some of our more influential players rested.
Right.
The ones coming in play well. Right?
To look to start on against United. Okay.
To make the manager make a decision and win the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what you got to do.
And we need performances. And as I said, whoever's coming in, got to understand that you're coming into a cauldron. This is going to be a serious game to us. You know what I mean? Like, they need to win, like you said, and they are looking on it like we are a big, you know what I mean? We're a big target now.
I think sometimes
we're top of the Champions League, haven't lost a game. We're top of the Premier League, only lost 2 games. For any team playing us, and especially these teams in Europe, they're not stupid. They've been watching what's been going on, especially in the Champions League. And they're going to be like, hey, if we don't treat this serious, we'll get turned over here. So they're going to be on it from minute one, and their fans are going to be on it. So I know we're kind of coming here and we're like, rest him.
We are.
You know, I heard some guys on the plane, rest him. Yeah, don't worry with that. But if we don't, we got to be careful.
No, I think.
I want to come here and, even though we're all right in this so far, I don't want to come here and get smashed, do we?
No, of course not.
And then all of a sudden,
worst case scenario.
and then all of a sudden, you go into that Manchester United game now on a
performance.
downer. Oh, you know, last 2 games in the league, drawing them, came away here, got smashed. You know what I mean? So,
that's a good point.
Got to keep that momentum going.
I think Rory raises a really good point, because Inter Milan aren't a joke. I mean, they were runners-up 2025, runners-up in 2023 as well in the Champions League. They got historical in this competition as well. They got good players. Look at DeMarco, as always cause a problem. Got ex-Arsenal player as well. Anyone know the ex-Arsenal plays from currently?
They've got Lautaro Martinez up front. They've got Bastoni, who's considered one of the best
players.
Considered one of the best centre-backs in the world. You know what I mean? They've got some very, very good players. This ain't no joke. what we're playing in.
It's not going to be an easy
Rob,
game.
there's your taxi, by the way.
It's not the ambulance is rolling by. It's not going to be an easy game, and they're obviously known for defensive qualities as well. Arsenal currently, I think we have conceded the least in Champions League. I think it's only like 4 goals. Maybe it's less than that. Sorry, it's less than that. But the second best team with a defensive record is Inter Milan. So we know it's going to be a very defensive game. Do you see a low scoring game?
No, I don't. Listen, professional pride has got to be also in there. Like, you know, I think if you're Arsenal today as players, you know, you're unbeaten. I think you want to keep that.
Yeah, 100%.
As well as a footballer, as a
conceded
footballer,
1 goal.
you want to do that. But I do think, like, you know, it's time for a few of those squad players to step up a little bit now and say to themselves, you know, I'm not just here to play in the Carabao Cup and all. I'm here to play in big games. I want to play against Man United. Right, I want to be available. I want to come in. So, like, for instance, Eze has to come in on this game here. I don't care who's around him and turn around and say, I'm going to be playing. I want Kai Havertz to be playing, like, going, you know, I'm now ready. I am ready for Man United.
From the start?
From the start.
Okay.
I'm ready for Man United. I'm ready for that. You know, like, we put ourselves in a position where we can rescue players, but ultimately these players have got to start stepping up as well. For instance, if Martinelli's playing, let us down on Saturday with the missed chance. Do it, prove that you are
He's actually been brilliant in this tournament.
He's been brilliant in this tournament.
Very good in the Champions League. Very good. I think you're right there. Sorry, Arsenal only conceded 1 goal. I think Inter Milan only conceded 4. Obviously, last season, Liverpool, they were top of the Champions League. They ended up winning the Premier League. It's early, but I put my rose-tinted glass on for this. Can you start to believe a little bit, like maybe it's, you know, more than just the Champions League, or you saying, listen, I want 1 Premier League or Champions League. Arsenal are top of, we're favourites for this. Really, if we're being real, we're the favourites for this. Look at Man City, or is it 2? We're in group stages.
You answered your own question, right? Because Liverpool finished top of the Champions League and went out in the very next round against PSG. So I think, you know, what we've done so far has been brilliant in this competition. It's about winning games, but we're going to get to the business end now. After these group stages, it's business time, and then it's do or die games. You know what I mean? If you lose those 2 legs, you're out. You know what I mean? No matter what you've done in these 8 games leading up, you're gone. So it's about keeping that momentum going, man, and it's about these players really embracing this competition and learning every time they play in this competition, because it's not an easy competition, man. You come up against very, very good players, very well organised. I mean, it's the best of the best. I mean, even though I know it's not the champions no more, but they are the best teams in each country.
I think you do need a little bit of luck in this competition. I think like the draw as well and all that. But the one thing that I think's in our favour in this competition is that teams are a little bit more gung-ho. They will go for it because they're the best in their leagues. They're not going to come in here and sit and defend. They fancy themselves. They fancy themselves
remember
to
when
win.
we came here last time.
We
They
lost
did
1-0,
sit and defend.
Yeah, well, like, Inter Milan are a
it.
little bit different. There's the culture of Italy is to be defensive and things like that. But ultimately, you know, Real Madrid come to the Emirates and went for it, like, you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, even teams this season, Bayern Munich, have come to the Emirates and gone for it, like, you know. So that helps us a little bit, like. But listen, I think you need a little bit of luck in the competition. It's like for Liverpool, got top last season. They unfortunately pulled out PSG. They then went and signed players in January, which made them a lot better than what they was in the competition starting off. So listen, all it is about, whether we come first, second, third, fourth, for me, it's not. I don't care about that. It's about qualifying, getting in the top 8. Once you've done that, it then goes into a completely different competition to what it is now. It's completely different. It becomes knockout football.
Yeah.
And in knockout football, it's different. So ultimately, get through, see how you do from there.
We keep, like you said, on the way out here, all the fans talking about rotation now. But I do want to see a competitive game. I want to see Arsenal do not. I don't want to fob it off. I do want to see a good competitive match. And I
prefer to see a competitive match Sunday.
No, I get
actually,
that, but we're good in the Champions League.
I actually think the team tomorrow, and I know we're going to do it in the 11, but I actually think we're going to be surprised. I think it'll be a very strong team.
Yeah,
I really do think it'll be a strong team. Because of the gap, because of if a player's recovered well, you got until Sunday.
And, the financial thing as well, Rob. You get more. Is it? I don't know.
If you go for
millions for winning.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
but,
oh yeah,
know,
so
but
like, Kroenke will be on to Mikel about that.
strongest possible team.
Yeah, no, but I just want to make that
I
clear.
need to buy some more land. Strongest possible team.
LA Rams.
We had to
I
make
need to get them to the Super Bowl.
Let's make it clear, we've been very good in the Champions League. I want to see that same level of performance. No matter who steps in, like you said, I think it's an opportunity for players to really step up and showcase themselves for that massive game against Man United on the weekend. It is going to be now time, boys, for your score prediction for this game. Obviously, we're doing very well in the top 8. That's kind of pretty much cemented. How do you think this game plays out? Because they are going to be going for it. There's no doubt about it.
They're coming. It's going to be
coming
hot.
for our heads.
It's going to be a hot atmosphere in there tomorrow. As I said, they are coming. They need to win, and also, it may be a massive scalp for them if they can beat Arsenal. I think, we've been really resilient this season. I don't think we're going to necessarily win this game, but I can see a draw, another tight game here, 1-1. That's what I'm going with.
Oh, that's annoying. I was going to go with that.
No, I think sometimes in football it comes down to who wants it more.
Yeah.
And I think that Inter Milan need it and want it a little bit more than us, and I think that they'll nick it 1-0.
1-0. Wait. You're going with a defeat to Arsenal. Okay. I think I'm on the side of Robbie. I think that's where my head was going as well. 1-1. I think it's going to be, like you said, a tight game, and it's going to be not the most enthralling as much as I'd love it to be, but recently watching us hasn't been the most entertaining. But yeah, in the Champions League we have been good. I think 1-1's a good result. We'll still be up there, still be top of the Champions League or the group stage.
I'll
in the
take a
league.
1-1 now.
So
I'll bite your hand off for a draw.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Would you?
I mean, if we win it, that'd be such a, because
the energy going into Sunday.
Yeah, brilliant. You win, you come here and win, and you're still top. And the energy going into Sunday is brilliant. So
massive.
Let's try and get this.
I'll bite your hand off for some more clothes as well. Like, if you're coming over here, make sure you wrap up. It's colder. It's definitely colder over here than it is in England.
Yeah, I forgot I should have brought my gloves out. It's very cold here.
Thermals. Boots and thermals.
Not fancying going on a boat over in Bergamo.
No, don't give that a miss.
That was good the last time. Anyway, listen, let us know your thoughts in the comments in the comment section below. Let us know, would you take a draw right now, or do you think Arsenal will go on and win this game? Like the video before you leave, and remember, this is sponsored by Rocket Mobile. We'll be using it over here in Milan. It's been a saviour. £16 a month. You can keep your number as well. 20 gig of data when you're abroad. Brilliant. Big up Rocket Mobile every time, using it right here on my phone. Love. Thank you very much. We'll see you again soon.